I'm still gathering my thoughts. I'm sorry.
Will, and I really like this movie because Sam Raimi did a good job. Sam Raimi's so good.
I'm trying to get
Sam Raimi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Big Feature Film Review. Today, we are talking about the recent MCU release, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
This looks like pancakes.
That's when. And today, I've already said what we're talking about. That was like,
I've done goofed it.
that was like the best intro I've done since I've kind of fixed it, but now I just messed it up. Talking about Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. It's a hard name. Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Wong, Zacatel Gomez, Rachel McAdams. Yeah. Directed by the man, the myth, the legend, Sam Raimi, and written by Michael Waldron.
I don't actually know if I've seen any Michael Waldron.
So he wrote Loki. He's done an episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh, he's the writer that regretted stuff.
Yeah. So
remember when we thought Loki was gonna affect this movie? I knew it wasn't. But
maybe it did. So apparently when, I think Feige said this, when Kang dies, that's what's kind of screwed up the multiverse. But who knows? We'll see. So
I thought it was American Chavez.
What'd you think about this good old Doctor Strange movie? We're going to talk about our reviews. We'll talk spoilers, and we'll give ratings 1 out of 10 at the end.
Yo.
What'd you think about
it? Was
DSMOM?
I think it's funny because like I'm pretty sure everyone agrees that this is very Sam Raimi.
I'll probably say it about 10 times through the episode.
It's a very Sam Raimi movie.
It is a Sam Raimi movie.
It's like he never left 2002.
Yeah. Well, he didn't leave. When did he do Evil Dead? Like the 70s, 80s? It's just his style is so 81. It's very noticeable, and it's in this movie.
It is in this movie. And I think it's like, I don't know if it's like he just doesn't know the formula or he just doesn't watch like the Marvel movies, but it's not very Marvel movie.
But I appreciated that. I'm like, they let him do his thing, and that's something that I feel like they've tried to do in the past with, say, Chloe Zhao and Eternals. They're she did Nomadland. We're gonna make an MCU movie like it. I'm like, yeah, but no, not really.
I think it was just like the fact that it was like, I think she was a very low budget focus.
Yeah,
then they just wanted to add the shit in there.
Yeah,
so that's why it kind of failed, because the Marvel Studios was like, well, we need some big thing to happen.
And I guess I can't really say that actually, because James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy, that's his touch. Taika Waititi, Thor Ragnarok,
Jon Favreau.
I just think Sam Raimi isn't necessarily a director I would have thought I would see in the MCU. He did Spider-Man, sure, with Tobey Maguire, but it also was very like
on its own thing.
It was his own thing. This is a bigger universe. I wouldn't think they'd bring Sam Raimi in, but they did, and I think they pulled it off. He had his touch, and it was fun. It was different, and I really enjoyed that.
The only thing I think I don't like about this is the pacing.
Yes,
it was a mess.
We were talking with some of our my friends from the theater, and he said the exact same thing. That was like his only discrepancy. I agree 100%. It felt super fast paced in the very beginning, and then it just slows down and then picks. But it's like, you don't want to start a movie fast. You want to start it slow.
I think it's fine to start it fast. I mean, what movies from the MCU did that? I mean, most of them. Most of them, yeah, I guess.
It was almost too fast, and it wasn't even.
And furious.
It was in the beginning. It was fine, but then it just kind of kept going, and kind of the plot points that we'll talk about in a second.
And also some of the camera work was very standard. I noticed that like the one shots that they would do, where it's like or singles that they would do, it was very bizarre because like Benedict Wong would be like in a green screen, and then like they would be together, but then it's like they shot it in a different time, and it shows. It's very bizarre because like
probably the COVID restrictions when they first started shooting this.
But like Benedict Wong was like so close to Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm just gonna say Cumberbatch. Cumberbickle. Yeah, they're like so close to each other. Like you could see their shoulders together, but then it goes to a single on Benedict, and it's like, or Wong, and it's like,
which might have been reshoots or something, because they did do reshoots. I mean, almost every movie does, but I think part of that might just be Sam Raimi's style, because some of his stuff is very just basic.
He really likes to put you in a restaurant
I know. I literally the beginning of the movie, I'm like, this feels like we're just straight in the beginning of Spider-Man.
Even like the poses that Benedict Cumberbatch did, Doctor Strange did, like outside, like he got thrown into like a store or something, and then he runs out, and it was very Spider-Man the way he just stands on that car.
The beginning, I'm like, this is just straight up references to Spider-Man. It's awesome.
Yeah, they're even climbing buildings.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
They and they were fighting an octopus. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sam Raimi, come on. I did really like some big things. I really like. I do like the multiverse aspect of it. I like the characters that we got to see. I really enjoyed Wanda and what she had to play in the story. I'm not gonna spoil that yet. And just Sam Raimi. Yeah, that was. Yeah. It felt like part of them. I mean, there was just straight up Evil Dead references, which I think is a perfect movie. I think
I haven't seen it.
You watch it, and I really enjoyed it because you watch it and it's like, I could make this. This is fun. Like you could go out but it's still like a campy, fun horror movie. And it's like, I know how they did that shot. And it's nothing like, oh, I would need $1 million budget to. Yeah, go ahead. Hell yeah.
Sorry for the interruption.
But you made me lose my train of thought, but it's fine. But Evil Dead, it's like you can watch it. And it's like, oh, I know how they did that shot. It's like a basic filmmaker. It's a fun thing to watch. I'm not a basic filmmaker, if I could even call myself that. But it's like, oh, I know how they did it if you like movies. So that's something I really liked. And even I could tell some of that in this. So I did enjoy that.
I think for me, this movie was just a lot. There was a lot. I think it was just, by the time you would think of something that would move on. It's weird because like it pauses, then it plays. There were times also the people were just sitting around. They were just standing there, and instead of they should be moving. And I'm not talking about just that tunnel scene where they're like in the sewers or whatever.
There was a lot of like stop moments. It's like, okay, just go.
Yeah, just go. Please keep it moving. That's
just a movie thing to build suspense and stuff, and I get that.
I don't know if it's building suspense,
but also it is like, oh, come on.
It's like a staging thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's the movement's very off.
I think the biggest thing for both of us, our biggest discrepancy is definitely the pacing. I think this could be a really, really, really good movie if it was just paced a little bit better.
I think his filmmaking, Sam Raimi's filmmaking, doesn't translate as well
to like
into like a superhero movie. In terms of like big ones, like I'm not saying Spider-Man
not Spider-Man, but more of like in the whole
MCU stuff where it's like the story universe just keeps going, it doesn't stop. Like, yeah, these big budget, big blockbuster movies, it does tend to be more fast paced, and his style doesn't really translate all that well. But there were times when it's like, oh, this is actually really cool. Yeah, I like the way he did this.
I think it's so you could, like I mentioned James Gunn earlier. It's more Sam Raimi has more of a filmmaking touch, while James Gunn kind of has more of a, I guess, directorial like touch of like having the lines be delivered this way and certain comedic things.
Well, the way I see it is that Sam Raimi has like a very drama based or drama background kind of storytelling, and it's very difficult to translate that into action because like the way he really likes to do things, it seems like, is that he just wants to see the people doing the acting. He wants to see their faces, so he will stop the whole story so that you can see the reaction,
and stuff like that. And it's just this thing, and I'm okay with it either way. I can't be mad that Sam Raimi did his thing. So it really comes down to the pacing for me with this one. But
you know what? It wasn't a sensory overload the way Endgame was. Endgame was oversensitive, like. It was just so fun. It was so much. But this one, it was just like, we got like a few people in here. Yeah, these people died.
Yeah.
Like, I like the way he just said, I'll just fucking kill them. There's too many things going on.
Yeah, I like that the story kept moving regardless. Even though the pacing was an issue, but it never stopped. And that is something I do enjoy. So
I think we should get to the parts where it is spoilery.
All right.
Because everything about this movie is spoiler.
Yes, it is.
And because there's no way around it.
There's kind of a big, I mean, it was, I wouldn't say it was confirmed, but there you could tell in the trailer certain things were going to happen, but I was surprised they happened so fast. So spoiler alert for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's our review. We'll get to our rating, so keep watching. Make sure you subscribe while I fix Doctor Strange.
I'll fix him.
Spoiler alert for Doctor Strange. Wanda's the villain.
Yep.
Straight up, big spoilers. I'm just gonna get them out of the way. So if you want the movie spoil, keep listening. Wanda's the villain, the big bad. Like, they're pretty cool.
That's what I said. I was like, yo, I know Wanda's gonna be the villain in this movie.
But what they did, it was revealed so fast, and again, that goes back to the pacing, but we're done with that side of it. The Illuminati, that was teased in some of the trailers, and Professor X. Our whole Illuminati, though, spoiler alert, we have Black Bolt, who was the actor from the Inhuman show. We have Monica.
That show sucked.
It did suck. Not Monica. Isn't it Marie Rambeau?
Maria Rambeau.
As Captain Marvel, Professor X already said that. Mordo, Supreme Mordo. I'm forgetting one. The girl. Captain Carter.
Captain Carter.
And then the big one. I like how they saved it. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, who has been fan cast for ages as Mr. Fantastic, which is insane. It's crazy.
It is very bizarre.
It is crazy.
When I sat there, I was kind of like, yeah, this doesn't look real.
Yeah, it's like, what?
This doesn't look right.
That's kind of your big spoilers. What do you think about both those things, I guess?
I loved it. I loved it every second of it, because like it was like, it's confirmed, but they just brush past it sort of, and then they die.
Yeah, so Wanda kills the entire Illuminati.
Yeah.
And it was just probably a 5-minute scene. We get these big ass reveals that it's like, no way, we get this person as this person came back.
Yeah.
And then it's just they
dead. Killed him the boy style.
Oh yeah.
And they chopped him up.
And this should show that you can do a scary, violent type movie as PG-13. Sony.
Was it scary though?
Okay, that's something.
Was it scary?
So I'm not one to get caught by jump scares, but I actually jumped at a few of these because I'm watching a Marvel movie. I don't think I'm gonna get jump scared. So
I don't think it was horrific enough.
I mean,
it needed to be more.
Yeah, but like
there was so many violent scenes where I was like, I wish we saw like someone get cut in half.
I agree, but it's also, I'm looking at Sony when I say this. You can do a violent movie and still make it PG-13 and make it actually entertaining, like Venom or Morbius. Y'all, those aren't their ass. So
well, I don't know. They really did try I think they were on the edge of this one. Like they really had to push it. They had to really push their luck with the MPA or whatever it's called. Mean, so like I don't think it's like, I don't think you can technically do PG-13. It's just with this one they really had to tell them like, hey, we'll just do a few things and then.
Well, there's a lot of things like they just made it like oil or black blood instead of red, and like you can do it like Lord of the Rings is a like infamous one for doing it. Like they originally the orc blood was all red and it was going to be rated R, but instead they made it black. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. This
one just makes sense because it was the Ultron bots.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, even just like I don't know, it was interesting. I really liked that they pushed the PG-13 limit, and it can be done. Bots. Like it made me even think like, of course they need to keep Deadpool R, but I'm like, they could still do a PG-13.
I don't know. I watched Deadpool PG-13. It wasn't good.
Oh, I remember the second one. Well, okay. Also
the Disney version.
The second one's also kind of.
It was meh, but like it just didn't work without the violence either. I mean, it was him like reading a story, but like still.
Yeah. What do you think this is gonna lead into? Where do you think this is going in the bigger MCU arc?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Me either.
Like I was thinking about that after the movie. I just still don't know. There's so many aspects that they could go with this. It could be just itself, Doctor Strange itself, and he could literally just explore anything. But in connection to like any other MCU stuff,
yeah, I'm interested to see like Loki. That could be connected to this. What if even? Yeah. I mean, we saw Captain Carter in live action.
I do have one gripe with this movie. Doctor Strange seems to be a lot weaker. Yeah. Like he seems to be like before he was overkill.
I did like,
but he was really toned down in this because like his powers don't work as much, and even without the whole time stone thing, he still didn't seem very strong.
Yeah, I did like how his newer powers he had like the animal kind of aspect.
Yeah, that was cool.
We didn't get the one from What If. Yeah, but we still got like these cool, like there was hydras, there was like a dog head. Yeah. Super cool, loved it.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work with any of the TV shows though. Because then they would have to translate that into movie. Because not everyone's gonna watch the whole thing.
It's very like they've opened new threads with this movie more than closed any. Yeah. I mean, like Mordo was in the trailer. I'm like, oh, we're finally getting that result, but it's not the same Mordo.
Yeah, so whatever happened to that Mordo?
Who knows? But the post-credit scene in this one has Dormammu's daughter. I believe it's Clea is her name, and she's like, "We gotta go" or whatever. And,
is that who that was?
Yes. But it's Charlize Theron. It's very interesting. I again opened a new thread, so it's like, what are you gonna do next? And then also the last post-credit scene was Bruce Campbell. I should have mentioned that earlier, but Bruce Campbell's in this movie, Sam Raimi's boy. So that was really cool to see him in it.
Yeah, I do have a lot of problems thinking about this movie now. For one, it looked looked very Disney. It was so Disney, like them walking around that different universe, that other multiverse. That's
Christopher Nolan's thing.
Yeah, what? What?
It's Christopher Nolan's thing to walk around and talk about shit in the city.
No, it's not that. No, it was just the shitty. Like it just looked so bad. Like the set just looked so weird. It just bothered me a lot.
I'm gonna blame that on COVID.
I guess that you can do that, but like also like there are a few times when I don't know. If you look at the difference between the set where he gets the book, right? Like when he goes up the stairs, the heavenly stairs. If you look at the set versus like the set before that, it looks very different.
I blame it on
and
COVID,
they're also
man.
like far apart, it's I don't know. That's
on COVID. Anything else you want to touch on spoiler wise? Because we don't know where this is gonna fit into the MCU. We normally talk like theories and stuff, but it's like I don't know where we're going.
This is a different level of MCU. This is not what we expected it to be. It doesn't feel like Endgame. It doesn't feel like any of the Avengers movie. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man. Which I think a lot of
people were expecting. I mean, with the name Multiverse of Madness, having the tease of Professor X, it's like, oh, we're getting something like in-game or No Way Home level. But it really wasn't. It was really different. I really enjoyed it. Still, whether I got it that or not, but it's still fun.
Like thinking about how space is supposed to be like the big scale stuff, right? Because like Guardians of the Galaxy and all that stuff, they get to explore other things. But I think Multiverse is a different scale of itself because like you don't know what.
I mean, yeah, we got John Krasinski. Like, I mean,
aliens and other shit is so, like anything aliens and out of this world stuff, like outside of Earth or whatever, is so easy to predict because like aliens. But like with other stuff, it's humans or whatever monsters you get, and you get like this fascinating dimensions and multiverses. And so I don't know where to go with this.
Well, then let's just get to our rating.
Yeah, let's get to a rating.
So here on the Continuity Crew, we do 2 different ratings. We do...
What's the rating on this?
Critical, I think it was 7-something, 7.7 on IMDb. We do critical and entertainment, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. What is your rating for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
I'll give this a 6.5.
6.5.
I think some of the lines, the script was really bad.
I would agree.
It's either the delivery or
not
it was
as
just
bad
the way
as
it was
Moon
written.
Knight. Watch our Moon Knight.
I don't know about
when
that.
It comes out. No.
It's not as bad as Crush.
Nah, yeah, we're just spiraling it down. Just subscribe to see our reviews on this. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I think that's yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I think Sam Raimi. I respect Sam Raimi, love him to death, but it's still not gonna be like a 10 for me. So
I'm not caught up in the hype of this movie as much as I was before, because like, when we leave the theaters, like especially with No Way Home, the high was really high. Yes. This one's just kind of high.
It's like I don't think I'm gonna like be thinking about this movie. I'm gonna see it at least 1 or 2 more times, but I'm not gonna see it 7.
Yeah, you're not urging yourself to go back and watch.
I mean, I'm gonna go see it again tomorrow.
Yeah, I get that.
Then entertainment value. What do you say?
7. I think that's a fair number. I just like the fact that they just killed them.
Yeah, like there was just a lot of fun moments, and entertainment wise, I'm gonna give it an 8.
They literally just said "fuck you" to the fans, and I loved it.
Yeah, literally. There's just so many fun parts in this. It was like "fuck you" to the fans, but it was also like, this is Sam Raimi, and we're gonna let him do his thing. So they're like giving you that too. So it was kind of a lot of like. It's like no, but also yes. So
the fans didn't say that they had to stay, so they were like, "Oh, I'll just kill them off." Yeah, that was a big fuck you, and I love that. Thank you, Marvel. And doing it the boy style or the invincible.
Both.
Yeah, either one. They did it in that style where it's like really gruesome, but you don't see it still.
Yeah, it's like the moment in Endgame when Thor cuts Thanos' head off. No one was really expecting that.
No,
it was like, whoa, oh my god, in an MCU movie. So it was cool to see them do that. I hope we get more stuff like that.
Please do an R-rated version of this movie somehow.
Good, maybe we'll get like a director's cut or something.
Please just do something. Like I want to see like cut. Carter like just
sliding off.
Yeah.
So that's it though. That's our review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Apparently that's what it's called, not
the multiverse.
Not Cole. He's in it. He's in the Multiverse of Madness. So that's our review. We've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm Strange.
Yes, you are. That's Win. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and support us down below. We love movies. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all in the next one. We love you. Bye.
He was staring at Jacob's eyes. Into Jacob's.
Win, give me a sparkly thing. Sure. There's no way.